What happened to David Essex? David Essex was born David Albert Cook on July 23rd, 1947 in England. When he was 2 years old, his family moved from Plaistow to Canning Town in central London. His first great passion was football, and he dreamed of playing for West Ham United before he visited the Flamingo Jazz Club in Soho, which he did at the age of 14, and he became fascinated with music through the experience. David learned to play the drums and worked with a handful of blues bands before he was discovered by manager Derek Bowman, who encouraged him to focus on his singing. In 1965, David Cook became David Essex and cut his first single for Fontana, and the Tears Came Tumbling Down with You Can't Stop Me From Loving You as the B-side. Essex then joined a group and billing themselves as David Essex and the Mood Indigo toured night spots in the UK, and at the same time, under Bowman's guidance, Essex started cutting his teeth as an actor. He had a bit part in the 1967 film Smashing Time and started playing in theater as well. And at the same time, he was also working odd jobs just to pay the rent. In 1971, he appeared in the movie In the Devil's Garden, also known as Assault, and in All Coppers Are in 1972. However, while he was playing small roles on screen, in 1971, Essex landed the leading role in the first London stage production of Godspell, the successful American rock musical about Jesus and his disciples, with the cast also featuring future actor Jeremy Irons. Godspell was a hit in London, and Essex was named Most Promising Newcomer of the Year by the Variety Club of Great Britain. Bell Records released an original cast recording of the London production in 1972, and the album was reissued on CD in 2019. In the wake of the success of Godspell, Essex was cast in the leading role of the movie That'll Be the Day, a story about the early days of British rock that co-starred former Beatle Ringo Starr. The film made good use of Essex's talent as an actor and vocalist, and during the making of the film, he wrote a song called Rock On, which was used in the movie and became the title track of his first solo album released in 1973 by Columbia in the US and CBS in England. That'll Be the Day became a hit in England and was a critical favorite in America, while Rock On became an international hit single, rising to the top 5 in the UK and the US. Rock On would prove to be Essex's first and only top 40 hit in the US, but his 1974 album David Essex peaked at number 2 on the British Albums Chart and spawned 3 UK hit singles in Gonna Make You a Star, America, and Stardust. The latter was also the theme song from the movie Stardust, a sequel to That'll Be the Day that became another box office blockbuster and went to number 3 on the British album charts, while the single Hold Me Close became a number 1 hit. Next came a live album, 1976's On Tour, and 2 more studio albums, Out on the Street from 1976 and Golden Ivory from 1977, as Essex held on to his status as one of the biggest stars in UK rock. In 1978, he was one of many noted contributors to Jeff Wayne's concept album, The War of the Worlds, and he also made a triumphant return to the legitimate stage, playing in the original London production of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's hit musical Evita. With Evita reaffirming Essex's star status, he jumped from CBS to Polygram Records, making his debut with his new label on 1979's Imperial Wizard. While the album sold reasonably well and the title song topped out at number 32 on the British singles charts, it also arrived at a time when punk and new wave had upended the British music scene and Essex struggled to remain current. 1980's Hot Love included a couple of songs clearly influenced by Ian Dury and the Blockheads, while 1981's Bebop The Future was dominated by synthesizer-heavy dance grooves. 1980 also saw Essex return to cinema screens in the movie Silver Dream Racer, in which he played a motorcycle racer, and he also wrote the film score, and the title song was his biggest hit in 2 years. In 1981, he played the leading role in Child Byron, marking his first stage success in a non-musical role. The 1983 album The Whisper, produced by Mike Batt, featured a seasonal tune written specifically for Essex by Batt and Tim Rice, A Winter's Tale, which became a perennial Yuletide favorite, especially in the UK. In 1985, he stepped up his game in the musical theater by co-authoring the show Mutiny, adapted from Mutiny on the Bounty, with Essex playing Fletcher Christian and Frank Finlay as Captain Bligh. The show ran for 16 months in London, and the song Tahiti from the show became a top 10 hit. In 1988, he moved his acting career to television, playing the leading role in the BBC series The River, and in 1989, after his contract with Polygram ran out, he launched his own label, Lamplight Records, with the album Touching the Ghost. From the 90s onward, while he would remain active in music, recording would take a backseat to acting. He had a 49-episode arc on the British drama EastEnders and appearing in the London production of the musical adaptation of Footloose. He also staged new theatrical productions, including an ice ballet adaptation of Beauty and the Beast and a musical based on his album All the Fun of the Fair. He also toured a bit too, including playing 36 dates in 2012 with his road band of the 1970s. In 2002, he published his memoirs, A Charmed Life, a volume of his poetry. Traveling Tinkerman and Other Rhymes appeared in 2012, while his first novel, Faded Glory, arrived in stores in 2016. He was named an Officer of the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II in recognition of his contributions to the performing arts. In 2013, he released the album Reflections, in which he offered semi-acoustic reworkings of some of his most popular tunes, and in late 2016, he hit the road for his I'll Be Missing You tour, in which he performed a career-spanning set of hits and fan favorites. A 2-CD, 1-DVD album drawn from the tour's final date was issued in April 2017. And as of the recording of this video in May 2024, he's still alive and well, and he is planning on doing a tour of the UK in August and September. And that's what happened to David Essex. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give me some facts about him that I failed to mention, and let me know who I should do next on this channel. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.